With the advent of technology, the ease and accessibility to information has shaped the 21st century world into that of a vast sea of knowledge. While on the surface, such ease and accessibility has many advantages for a globally connected world, the spread of malicious and falsified information comes at a great detriment to the social fabric of society. The effects of such fake news was clearly shown in the 2016 presidential election, with both sides creating malicious content to damage each other's reputation. This spread of misinformation can most easily target teenagers such as ourselves due to the fact that a majority of fake news exists on social media platforms such as Facebook, which most of us get our news from. Throughout this class, however, we learned to combat the spread of such falsified information by becoming more aware of its presence and to start questioning the credibility of such sources. The Two Truths, One Lie project opened my eyes by experiencing the difficulty of evaluating the validity of each story presented. When listening to each story, I practically had to guess each time when choosing the true story. It proved to me that you can never know if a story is true or not by just reading it. Articles must be fact-checked in order for them to be liable. By experiencing this firsthand, I learned how easy it is to manipulate an audience. Socially, I have realized that not only must we question the media, but even our friends may spread false information whether they may know it or not. This can become a problem because although I trust my friends, there is no knowing where their sources are coming from. Research from political psychology and sociology keeps repeating over and over, social ties matter a lot to how people form their beliefs. As Caulfield put it in his blog post, for the most part, our brains equate truth with things we've seen said a lot by people we trust. This establishes that people are more susceptible to trust information from their friends rather than the media. However, this information your friend may be reciting could be from a fake news article. This indirectly is infecting the public with fake news. This assignment didn't change the trust that I have in my friends. However, I will be more cautious when trusting the information they recite from the internet. The power that fake news possesses is often underestimated by the public. Historically, fake news has proven to change the course of history numerous times. A prime example of this is the outbreak of the Spanish-American War. It can be argued that American involvement in the war is primarily due to propaganda. Writers used yellow journalism to their advantage to spark a response in the public. The sinking of the USS Maine was portrayed as the Spain's doing. This fake news arose fear and emotion among Americans. Steinhauer of the Foreign Policy Research Institute says that American media's preoccupation with fake news is in part a manifestation of anxiety, which is brainwashing people into reacting out of their own fear. This assignment showed me that fake news isn't just a problem that can be overlooked. It is proven to have the power to spark a war or change the course of an election. After this assignment, I am more aware of this, and I think that this issue should be taken more seriously because it can be so easy to persuade the minds of Americans. This type of power can be extremely dangerous if taken advantage of.
The widespread chaos in 2009 concerning the connection between autism and vaccines is a great representation of the power of fake news. This release of information coming from accredited doctors from across the world shook the nation. The numerous parents that opted their children out of the vaccines put not only their children at risk, but everyone around their children as well. I have a friend that was opted out of getting a vaccine because of their parents reading fake news articles online. Without vaccines, major diseases could arise, causing mass amounts of death. All of this tragedy could be blamed on the power of fake news in the media. The circle reporting in the media causes different sources to quote each other's false information, making the situation worse. This is another example of the dangers that fake news can cause and will continue to do.